What's up, everybody? What's up, Friday night? Thank you for being here on the bonus stage channel. Yeah, we just saw Stemage in the chat and decided it's a party now. We gotta get this shit started. So,
Yeah, we just saw Stemage in the
oh,
chat.
sorry guys, I'm hearing myself on the laptop there. You're gonna have to. All right, all good. Cool. Yeah, but guys, we're here with Shrednobi. What's going on, guys? How's your Friday?
Oh man, it's been a day, right?
Yeah.
Long, hard day,
Yep.
bro. Yes.
Two long days.
It's a long
Cheers.
days. Well, we've got more than long days to celebrate because everyone's here for your latest album. Shrednobi finally releases Ninja Masters Volume 1. Ninja Master Volume 1. Oh man. And I'm here celebrating with you guys. It's super cool that that you guys are finally released your first album. I feel like it's kind of been a long time coming. I mean, you've been on bonus stage twice. It's been really fun, kind of seeing you guys get kicked off here, and it's the big day. So how do you guys all feel about that?
Joe?
I'm
Go
excited.
around the room.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a long time coming. This is great. This is going to be awesome. I was really thankful to play with these guys. This is great.
Yeah, I mean it's been a year, so it's a year coming, and it's been about a year. So this is amazing. Thank you so much for having us. I'm just so excited. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Lots of work, lots of effort, lots of time, lots of energy and love and all that good stuff. This is literally something that we all really love as far as the original music and what we've done with the music, and the final results are something we're really proud of. So we hope that everybody enjoys it as much as we do.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Oh, excuse me.
I concur.
Yeah, I've definitely enjoyed everything that I've seen and heard so far. I have to say I'm not familiar with the Shinobi games at all. You know, I kind of grew up next to a couple of Nintendo fanboys, so I didn't get all the deep cut love that is on the Sega Genesis. But that's like one of your favorite games, right? Like, I mean, you named your band after it, pretty much.
Definitely, and a lot of it goes back to a really good friend of ours, a homie Matt Stark, who passed away 10 years ago. Actually, 11 years ago. But he was a huge fan of the game and the soundtrack, and we started actually learning the songs and thinking about covering them like over a decade ago. So we finally are just doing it for real, and it's kind of in honor of him in a way, So that's kind of the whole spiel there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely. And also just being really into Sega Genesis. I mean, it's not like we love video games all across the board. Like, let's face it, right? But we felt like there was kind of a gap in the scene as far as Genesis love. And we felt it deserved some love, and so we wanted to kind of do that, be there to lift it up. And Shinobi specifically was just a very logical thing to latch onto, musically and character-wise and everything else. But yeah, it down the road, as we've explained in previous streams and stuff, it won't always be just Shinobi music, but Shrednobi will represent, I think, Genesis sort of at large.
A lot of fighting games, a lot of action games. It's supposed to be like a heavy metal thing.
Good stuff,
prog metal stuff. So whatever translates to that. But yeah. Sega doesn't get a whole lot of love, It did for a little bit. It had that little era, but yeah, it's kind of a cult thing now. So we just wanted to pay some homage to Sega too, because we had the Genesis in between an NES and a Super Nintendo. So we kind of like went cross-platform. We bounced back and forth to all the different ones and stuff. The competing, the console wars, We just did all. We just we played both sides, and yeah, we always loved the music from the Sega games, the Genesis games. So yeah.
Yeah, well, it had an incredible sound chip. Like the definition that you get in some of the instruments is far different, and I would say superior in some cases. Like
Yeah,
obviously
definitely.
the soundtrack to Shinobi. I think of like Thunder Force, and of
Oh,
course, like all the Sonic games and stuff like that. Like the music on the Genesis was. And I want to say this to give you guys as much credit as I can to speak to it, that the Sega Genesis is like catalog of video games and music is a little bit underappreciated, and I do love that you guys are especially bringing. I'm not only a fan of the music and the games, but also just like the style that you guys do too, like the real like
awesome.
prog shreddy metal stuff. Like that is right in the center of this thing here, right? This vital organ.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like you guys are hitting two birds with one stone for me.
Oh,
Really happy to have you guys here.
Specifically, the FM chip that's inside of the Genesis is so frigging awesome, and the sounds that these implementers were able to create are so, to me, like special, that when we were doing this project, I decided not to even try to like make new modern versions of the sounds, literally just use those sounds. So I'm using a plugin that is literally an authentic replication. So just to clarify, or really just emphasize what you were just saying, those sounds are so good, I didn't want to touch them. As a keyboardist, I just wanted to be able to play those sounds, so that's what I'm doing. So the thing that stands out, I think, tonally that you'll hear is really the other instruments surrounding that sort of core Genesis sound.
Right, and plus I mixed them to sound a little weird.
You did, yeah, you added stuff, but I'm just saying like the foundational sound itself.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, those sound fonts are epic and iconic. Maybe I doubt that there's very many people in chat who don't know you guys that well, but just to go over, just because you're like, yeah, keys and stuff, but like, do you want to like just say what you play and like how long maybe you've been playing it and what your favorite track is? Do you guys want to go around the room and do something like that?
Yeah. Well, that's a challenge in and of itself. Well, I guess I'll start since I started making. Yeah. And I've actually played a lot of different instruments in my life, specifically, or spent a lot more time on drums and keys. And then, I compose music and all that kind of stuff. Literally all my life. I mean, my brother is to my right, and I have played music literally since we were little kids. So, so yeah, it was just, it's just in our blood kind of thing. But yeah, what was I going to say? I specifically chose keys for the project because I really enjoy the sounds, as we're talking about, but also the melodies themselves that, obviously I play on the keys are just really awesome. And so I really wanted to kind of be the one to be physically playing those parts. But I technically did perform the drum parts as MIDI into, the sessions. So
he's being modest. He played drums and keys for the album.
Yeah,
I did see an electric kit in your home earlier. So
yeah. That's right. I saw that. That was what I did it on exactly, because it's technically it's MIDI performance, right? But I played the parts, right? But anyway, what I was going to say was
he did the drums.
I chose to do keys live, I guess, is to be specific, which obviously anybody who's seen us live has seen. Anyway, moving on.
No, favorite track though.
Oh God, dude. Okay, so why I was hemming and hawing was because I literally can't. They're all so good. Every time we listen through this entire album, this has happened to each of us at one point or another, it's like, oh, this is my favorite, and then we go to the next one, oh, this is my favorite, we go to the next one, oh, like literally every single one is great for different reasons, right? As far as like to play at this point, I think probably Shadow Master, just because there's some crazy shredding involved, and I wrote this specific sort of elaboration on one of the original sections that was so freaking hard to actually be able to play. That took me a long time. So now that I've got it down and I'm actually playing it comfortably, now it's great, and I love it. So yeah, I'll give it to that one.
Okay, Shadow Master, good. Nice.
Very nice.
Hi, I'm Josh. I wave with two hands, apparently. I play guitar, and yeah. I've been playing now maybe 20 years or so. Wait, let's see. 11, 20, yeah, 25 years?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
I've been playing for a good amount of time, so.
Most of
I play guitar.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's about it. I did the production and stuff like that.
Very nice.
But, favorite track? At the moment, I'd probably have to say Ida 10. Sorry, bro.
Oh, we got some friction.
You can pick it.
Yeah, you can pick it. Yeah, it's okay. I'm still picking it.
Yeah, Ida 10 at this point, but yeah.
You can both have the same answer. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing. Yeah,
it's not a wrong.
Yeah. Oh my god, you know he's gonna take Ida 10. Yeah, I'm Joe. I play bass. Played bass a little bit in high school. Took some lessons. Didn't pick it up for years. I mean, I told these guys I bought about a year and a half ago.
He took like a 20-year break.
Yeah. I took a long break on bass. I was playing drums on and off here and there, but yeah, I took a break and told these guys, kind of hoping that we jam. Really, just bought this bass, and then we just, Josh said, "Why don't you learn some of these songs?" And so I've been playing bass for like a year plus, maybe a year in high school. I don't know. This guy just bass,
and you'll hear on the tracks that it's some freaking insane stuff. So
you could have fooled me easy, bud. You could have fooled me so easy.
I'm basically the reason it took a year.
So you can learn bass, relearn bass.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'll go. My favorite song, I'm gonna go with Ida 10. I don't care if Josh picked it. He's right. I mean, right now it's weird. Like Stefan said, you kind of cycle through different songs.
I'm bogarting that decision. Joe's favorite is Ninja Soul.
I mean, it should be, but my hands can barely keep up. But yeah,
Knobs of Fire. That should be the.
Knobs of
Fire.
Yeah, Ida 10. That's my pick.
Yeah. Anyways, Ida 10.
Oh my god. Well, that is a laugh and a half. Speaking of all of these favorite songs, do you guys want to start listening to some of them? Should we start digging into this juicy album that you've created? Before we do, I'm just going to make sure everybody gets a nice, thorough look at the album art here. Actually, guys, I don't know if you want to talk about it now, but who the hell did this incredible album art?
So that would be John DeCampos, JD, a.k.a. Ghost Bat. He's pretty well tied in with the MAG folks, and he actually puts on BitGen. I don't know if you've heard about that video game festival, BitGen.
Maybe heard about BitGen a little bit, yeah.
So that's kind of his shit, and he happens to be an amazing artist. We've known him since we were kids. I was about 7 years old.
Yeah.
And he was a couple years older than me, and he could draw like that back then.
Wow.
Comic book style, like all perfect.
Phenomenal.
And he's just kept up with it, and he's a man. Yeah. So, JD, we love you, bro.
Much love over there.
Very nice. Did you happen to play Shinobi with him?
We might have.
I honestly, I don't know. I have a lot of memories of playing games with him. I can't say that I specifically have a memory of playing that game with him.
He was definitely more of a Nintendo fan.
Yeah.
We tried to bring him over to the dark side.
He was a big comic book guy in general, so he was really, really into actually a lot of maybe lesser known comics that we didn't even really know about. He would hip us to that, and then we would hip him to video games, and so there was this kind of back and forth with all that stuff. And yeah, I mean, the crazy thing to me,
Mega Man.
I just want to note really quick, we had actually lost touch with him for quite a while, a number of years. We happened to find touch with him or get in touch with him again, and it so happened that we literally went on similar paths where he also was into video game music, doing video game music live and stuff like that, and hosting these shows and stuff. So it was just really crazy to rekindle that friendship and be like, oh, okay, so we all are basically the same as we were when we were kids, when we were last hanging out.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Now we can hang out and do that and drink beer. So, hey.
The joys of adulthood, yes, indeed. Hey, to that, indeed. Beer and video games, together at last.
And pizza. And forever.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so we got a little sidetracked, but on that note, why don't we dig into the album here? And while we're listening to the music, I'm going to be playing Shinobi 3 for the first time in my life. Definitely wasn't over 30 years ago or whatever. but I'm going to give it my best shot. And I want to do something a little fun just because I noticed. We'll head over to the scene here. But, oh god, where did... Oh no, did I close my retro arch? Hold on a sec. No, there it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see an
so,
E.
Yeah. Okay. So hold on, but the intro to this song or the intro to this game is really fun, and I want to sing to it. I want to sing the thing that happens. So check it out. You guys are gonna be a little bit delayed here, but we got. Oh, it's so good. Shadows. He is stronger than steel and moves faster than a whirlwind. Sometimes he hides in mud, other times he transforms his shape like an ever-changing cloud. Although his fighting spirit burns like fire, his mind is calm and still as water. Violation of the commandments. Should Shinobi fail before completing the mission, he will disappear before the dawn and vanish forever. Keep this knowledge in your heart and mind from the secret manual of Oboro Ninjutsu. Yeah, alright. That happened. That was a real thing. And now, instead of that, we're going to listen to some real music with Shrednobi's first track. This is going to be Japonesque. We're going to mute the emulator here. Let that song finish because that's just glorious. Oh my god, it's so good. And yeah, I'm going to be playing Shinobi 3 for the first time. So without any further ado, here we go. Enjoy. Wow. Everyone, there it is, the first track, Japonesque. Yeah, let's catch up with chat here a little bit.
There it is, the first track, Japonesque.
Oh, whoops, we got to mute this. Sorry.
Yeah, mute that on your side, guys. That's bleeding through hard. Buttery smooth.
Not at all. Sorry.
Woo! I was gonna woo.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. You did good playing the game too. You got you did pretty good. You did pretty good for the first time ever. But yeah, if you hold down and press attack while you're in the air, you do a jump kick, and you can juggle that. Super useful. Yeah. Just so you know.
Cool. I'll definitely take all your tips, and who knows, by the end of the night, maybe with your expertise and your amazing music, I will be an expert at this game.
Awesome.
In an hour and a half. Yeah. Let's count it down. Guys, what can you tell me about Japonesque? I think I've heard that like when I was practicing Shinobi a little bit. But what do you want to say about that song in particular?
That was a little bit more advanced than we thought that we might get to. So we actually did other songs first. We had to work our way up to that one. And so we finally decided that we were able to play it, and so we went for it and did the arrangement. It
is the first level tune, right?
It's the first level tune.
Yeah. So we did kind of chronological, but there's a little bit of
basically chronological,
because of the flow of the energy. We wanted to kind of give it that, or you really made those final decisions about the flow of it. But anyway, point being, it's almost chronological. So yeah, that's the first level. So it's perfect because you're literally playing the first level. So yeah, it won't necessarily always line up perfectly, but yeah.
Fancy dancy piece.
Yeah,
definitely. Real interesting. Yeah,
scale wise, super interesting.
Pretty wacky.
Yeah,
some wacky bass parts.
Yeah, for sure.
But one of my favorites. In the end, I really love that track.
Josh's solo kills it. I love that solo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had fun with that one.
And the jungle drums toward the end, we were all laughing at that
Absolutely.
just now.
See, yeah. We definitely spiced in like little bits of originality wherever we could, not just play the songs, how they are the whole way through 3 times. Or
yeah, we start with
solos and trade off.
We start with basically authentic with our own instrumentation, but basically the parts themselves are as they were originally.
Yeah.
And then literally as the song goes on, it just starts to get more and more elaborate and unique versus the original. At least that's the kind of general idea of what we attempted at.
The Shrednobi flavor, that
yes.
It needs a little dash of knob up in here, yeah.
Knobson,
a dash of knob.
Oh man, well that's tasty for sure. I wanted to. Oh yeah.
You, buddy.
Thanks. Oh, my partner just brought me a London Fog in my beautiful little Pokemon mug here, so.
Oh, nice!
Something to keep me keeping up with you guys. Dang, man, you guys shred really hard, and yeah, like the production is solid. So major kudos to that. Yeah, what made you pick that for the first song? Like, why not the title? Why didn't you guys start with that beautiful title music and my singing over top of it?
Part of me feels like you can't touch that. Like that title music is so. It's so already the thing. I couldn't imagine covering that song. It's just...
That's true.
Maybe, you know what? On Volume 2, just for you, bro. Just for you. On Volume 2, we'll cover that one.
Okay, do I get to make an appearance? Do I get a little guest spot?
Oh!
Yeah, I like that, dude.
Do some guest vocals.
All right, that's the plan.
Gotta get that melody down, though,
just like please do not publish that. But you can do it as like a joke for people who like back you on Patreon or something like that. Oh man,
that's hilarious.
No, this is a great idea. Let's just put a pin in that one.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah.
Speaking of your music, we need to tell people where they can get this wonderful soundtrack. They've been able to listen to one. Obviously, they're going to want more. And if they can't wait like another 30 seconds, maybe we'll drop a link in chat because that is live over there, is it not?
Boom, yes. It is live now. Thank you very much for pointing that out. We are on Bandcamp, so we'll keep it there for a little while.
Yeah.
We might not have on streaming yet. That's in the works. But for now, please visit our Bandcamp. Keep us afloat. If we make enough on these sales, then we'll get some T-shirts going.
Oh,
So-
heck yes. I want a Shrednobi t-shirt. Your logo is awesome, by the way.
Also,
You
JD.
want one? I want one.
I get one first. not literally me. I'm speaking from your perspective, of course. But you guys get them first. All right.
No,
well,
we're gonna send them straight to you, and then you can do. I'm just kidding.
I'll send them back to you, and then yeah.
So kind.
We'll take turns wearing them or something. Oh,
So is that Journey is a traveling Shrednobi shirt?
Oh, it's like Red Violin, but Shrednobi. Sure.
That reference is much better than the one I made.
It is. Yeah, you remember that.
Oh, I see the brotherly dynamic already. Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot more album to go. We've just scratched the surface here. So why don't, if you guys are ready, do you want to get right on into the next track here?
Yeah, let's go into our favorite track.
I was going to say 2 out of 3 Shrednobis prefer the following track.
Awesome.
Cool, guys.
Enjoy.
Enjoy Idaten. All right, there we go. Sweet. Did I capture the spirit in that horse riding level of that song?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's actually the song for that level, so it was perfect.
Sweet. We're 2 for 2.
You know what I mean? Like right at the end, yeah.
It was great. Thank you.
Yeah, we skipped the one in between, unfortunately, but couldn't do them all.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
You nailed
that's
it,
why
Phil.
you have volume 1, right? It's the
Exactly.
selection. Ooh, Shrednobi selects. That's volume
Yeah,
1 here.
Well, the whole soundtrack is like 20-something songs. It's a lot of tracks. It's like 25 tracks.
And we literally could not narrow it down. We wanted
Yeah.
to play all of them.
We wanted to do all of them.
Except
But
for
we
the
picked
first
our
one.
favorite. Yeah, we picked our favorite up front, and we were like, all right, 9 tracks, that's good. Let's put this out now, and then we will do the rest later. So that's the idea. But yeah.
Dad, Joe?
Yeah.
Any
Well,
dad?
I mean, mostly they pick their favorite songs. There's a couple they want that. I'll be honest, I couldn't hang. I'm getting there.
We're saving that for volume 2.
Yeah. No, then I'm really gonna be tortured.
I mean, just to be clear, this stuff was never intended to be played by human beings in a live, real-time capacity, right?
Says you.
I'd love to talk to the composers to actually clarify that, but I mean, it seems pretty clear by some of the bass lines, which are out of the realm of what's physically possible. So
We'll see about that.
if Joe becomes a superhuman or whatever fifth dimensional being and pulls it off, then hell yeah.
A 5th-dimensional being.
We only communicate with ones and zeros.
Once we get to that point, yeah, we'll be
You
good.
just grab the bass line from the game, and you just process it outward. You got this, bro. Come on, man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, 5th Dimension, Joe Knobs.
Okay.
Coming, volume 2.
I'm sorry.
Like I said, you guys could have fooled me. It sounds like you're keeping it pretty tight in terms
Thanks.
of the performances and the production and stuff like that. Like I
crap.
said, it's not easy music at all. But you guys are absolutely killing it. It's like kind of hard to believe that it's your first album. Oh man. Definitely. Do you guys want to say anything more about Ida 10 before we get into the next track here?
It's just the horse level, and it's a very beautifully composed track. I don't know if it was Masayuki Nagao or Homeboy. Not Homeboy, not Dr. Purple.
We'll get
Who's
into
doing
that later.
Yeah. I'm totally blanking on the third member right now, but there were 3
Morihiko Akiyama.
There you
In
go.
fact, it was Morihiko Akiyama. But anyway, yeah, we can get on that later.
No, we'd love to find out for sure on some of this stuff because we don't actually have, crediting. Like, we'd love to be able to credit them individually.
Recomposed.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're just credited.
Yeah,
for the whole album.
Hirofumi Murasaki has some info on
Yeah.
like the tracks that he recalls composing because this is also a long time ago, and if they don't have official crediting anywhere, then it's really on their memory to be able to clarify. And he's the only one we're in communication with. But I was going to say really quick, this was this not the first track we actually played together?
I think it might have been.
It might have been. I mean, there was 3 songs. It was this, My Dear D, and
Solitary.
Solitary.
But as far as what we like successfully played,
That's true. It might have been this.
top to bottom, it might have been Ida 10. Anyway, the point is that I feel like it was really
Yeah.
and it's got like nostalgia to me, not only from the game itself and all those years ago, but also like
From, like,
literally
1 year
the
ago.
beginnings of this project.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely got a sweet spot for me for that reason.
D, my dear D.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. That one's coming up. I can't wait for that one. Yeah, but we got the next song all ready to go here. Ninja Soul. You guys want to get into it?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Groovy, funky elevator music.
Really funky what? Sorry?
Elevator music.
Elevator. if
If
I get on an elevator and I'm listening to Shrednobi, that's a damn good elevator. Absolutely.
All right, yeah, because you might actually get to the level while this is playing, so
We'll see, yeah.
we'll see. It's the
Okay.
elevator level.
I'll try and save state maybe, and then we'll be more assured. But yeah, folks, we've got Ninja Soul coming up.
Woo!
Oh shit. Oh, that's where it's at, the jump kick, damn. Elevator music! Alright!
Yo, there's some crazy sound coming through. I don't know what it is, but I just want to let you know.
Hey folks, really sorry about that. Do you want me to start the song over again? I am so sorry. Oh my god, I am embarrassed. How long have I been doing this shit for? Fuck's sakes. Alright, alright.
Again, you got it.
All right. All right. I am so embarrassed. You know what happened? I realized what happened is I have the same hotkey assigned to mute and unmute us on stream here as it is for save state in Shinobi because I am not confident in my skills in Shinobi. I am more confident with streaming at some point. Tonight might not be the night, but
You nailed it. You nailed it. You got through the elevator, so that was great.
That was amazing.
Now I
dude.
get it. Yeah.
That last jump from nowhere, like you were definitely dead. And all of a sudden, barely fucking made it to the platform, man.
It went great with the tune.
So, it was great.
Yeah, good job.
It was great.
yeah.
We're like Dershowitz, serious gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legit.
I'm like, this guy.
I was
before.
fully clenched. Oh god, scroll on. Okay, but like I don't want like my technical like snafus and my gameplay to detract in any way from your guys' incredible performance on that song. Yeah, Ninja Soul. So that was an elevator ride from hell. Absolutely. Like I said, if I got on that elevator and you guys were playing, that would be amazing. Except I would not want like the people shooting at me and stuff. That would suck.
Yeah, that would probably suck.
But then you have, kunai and everything to take care of them, so it's all good.
Yeah, I think I clued in all too late that those are limited.
Oh, I didn't notice your. Yeah.
Dude, honestly, we were playing really, really well. Like we were all like kind of in shock that you had never played the game before, and I think honestly, because you probably do this a lot, streaming and playing games, maybe you're not too familiar with. Maybe you're just good at like picking up a game and just like making it happen. Because that was good. Good job.
I had like 10 minutes. I think I warmed up. I didn't even get to the first boss when I warmed up, but I'm starting to figure out some things as I go. I have a really hard time with the running. With getting the run to start consistently. That's a double tap forward, right?
Double tap forward, yeah.
The timing, same with the double jump and the wall jump too. It's like they're all a little tricky to get just right. There's a window that's fairly small. You know how these old school games are. Pretty unforgiving.
Well, hey, that's how I like it. I mean, that's what I was raised on for sure.
And the music is too, so
I kind of think unforgiving when I think this song. This is the hardest song for me, like just endurance. Yeah. When we play it, I'm just like, okay, I can. And it's kind of like
So he literally plays that one lick the entire song,
and it's like
two parts where he switches off.
It's not a bad lick. It's not too difficult.
So
but over it gets to me, or
for him, it's stupid stamina. For me, it's that freaking solo, which, by the way, that is the original solo. So most of the tracks, we actually wrote solos or whatever, improvised solos or whatever, to add to the original after, again, a couple of repetitions or whatever. But Ninja Soul was unique in the structure where it actually kind of does like almost like a full roadmap a couple times and then into the solo and then the roadmap again. So it's like this, like a jazz standard, really. But the point is that solo is so ridiculous. Again, physically to actually play as a real person on a real instrument, it is ridiculous. And I wasn't sure if I could do it, and I wasn't sure how I was going to do it. And again, practice. Yeah. And I can pull it off.
We just like decide that we're going to do it. Like, okay, this is impossible. I don't care. We're going to figure it out. Like, you just have to figure it out.
Mind over matter.
Give it some time. Give it some pizza. Give it some extra beer. Give it a lot of good hangs. Yeah. Eventually, the notes will start flowing together and you'll get it. Yeah,
eventually you'll get them. They'll come around.
It's not impossible. Believe in yourself, kids.
Yes, exactly. Willpower. Powerful thing.
Well, and you do it live, too. Like, I mean, like, you guys have performed as a band in front of a live audience, as well as on bonus stage, and, like, it takes so much stamina and practice to be able to... I mean, okay, it's one thing to put together an incredible album as you've done, but then to also replicate that in a live setting, like that's just like the next level of dedication.
The intention of this band was a live band, as a live band first. So the album was actually more or less, and actually, I'm sorry, I was going to bring that up. I'm glad you brought that up because it reminded me of the comment somebody asked, is this live? The answer is literally yes. We played these parts live. Yes, they're individually tracked just for cleanliness, as far as the recording, clarity without noise and bleed and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we played each of these parts as individual humans on our instruments.
Yeah, and we try to keep it true to how we would play it live.
Correct. Yes.
Without too much extra whatever. So yeah, leave some funk in there, man. Like it's human beings playing this, so we want it to feel like it's people playing and not like just another recreation of robot music, like however you would call it, but you know what I mean.
GH Carlos 5150 was the one that asked the question, and yes, thank you for coming back into the chat so I know who you are. By the way, 5150, is that a reference to the famous guitar head by Eddie Van Halen?
Oh, rest in peace.
Yes.
Yeah.
If so,
It could be reference to him or some cop code. I don't know.
Yeah, that
Legal
too.
code.
Yeah. If it is reference to the guitar amp, though, so yeah.
Also, yes. Yes, Van Halen. Cheers, brother.
Of course.
Awesome. Yeah, cheers to that. Yeah, and you guys are definitely shredding on that level. Speaking of, we have video evidence of you guys playing it, and I want to get that one queued up. But for anyone who's been paying attention, the next song, "My Dear D," is available on YouTube at the moment because Shrednobi has done a live playthrough video to it. There's some good subject matter for conversation. I want to save it for after the song, but is there anything that you guys want to preface this track by saying?
Not really. I mean,
This was another one that was in like the first few songs that we jammed together, I think. Right?
Yeah.
This is in the first group that we learned and played together. So this one's also kind of special, I think.
Yeah, agreed.
this one, yeah. This was, to me, we always called this the last boss of video game songs because we just figured, like, if we were able to actually perform this, then we had done it. We achieved, like, the goal of being able to present, like, an arranged video game song the right way. So
yeah,
we decided, like, this was the track. Like, it's the last boss of video game songs. It happens to be a boss track.
Yes.
So
I was going to say, he had said earlier how we've really contemplating this for over a decade, and that this track was my original goal, was to play this track specifically. And physically, it's not actually too ridiculous I mean, it is. Let's face it, it is. But I was able to play it early on, but I could not get the sound right, and I was trying to replicate the original sound by way of, actually just creating it from scratch with the synthesizer, yada, yada. And I could not even get close to how great these freaking sounds are, specifically the lead tone of the keyboard, which you'll hear. So listen out for that, because the point is, the only reason we actually did this for real, for me, was because I was able to get the exact original sounds as they were originally implemented by, I don't know who, could have been the composers, it could have been other people. They did a fantastic job. It's phenomenal. So yeah, that's all I was going to say.
crazy ass tones.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and anybody who's seen it already will agree. But for everybody and those who haven't, get ready for My Dear D.
We love you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, my dear D. Sorry, what was that?
Come with me if you want to shred. Dude.
Yeah.
Love you. I don't know you, but you're the best.
Yeah, Scrobot's solid. Scrobot's a good dude. Oh man,
Dude.
you guys killed it. I love the RV shredding. What inspiration did you have? I mean, was it just the fact that you had an RV? You're like, hey, this is as good a spot as any, or is there a little bit more to it than that?
No, that's basically right. It was as good a spot as any. I mean, basically, I just bought the thing as sort of a tour bus or whatever for us, and we're probably going to bring it to Brew Game Plus when we mention that or whatever. But we just figured it might be something different. We could do that or record it down in the cave downstairs in the dungeon, or over at Joe's garage. And so it was just kind of like this was a new thing. Let's just go for it. So
hey, I don't know. And I think it's bring up that it's a what year is it?
96.
I mean, you could have been playing a Sega.
You would have had the Genesis in there.
You would have had a Genesis in
possibly a Saturn by then.
I mean, that's true.
That's definitely true. I was going to say, I think what pushed us over the edge, which might sound really dumb, is the upholstery color happens to be somewhat close. Can you pull up the album cover again? It seems it's almost
the same color.
The same color as that monster, and that monster is actually where that track is played. That's the boss. Is this guy right here? Right. So yeah, Minor D, the track represents that guy, and so the RV kinda represents that guy too.
On the inside.
On the inside, right. And so,
there's an Easter egg, and we did have the game going up on the TV.
True.
So there's a spot or two in the video where it shows the gameplay of that boss battle.
Yeah.
Anyway,
kind of ties it all
little together. Easter egg for anybody.
Yeah, that terrifying boss of meat and teeth. Oh my god.
Oh, you'll see him soon.
Yeah, the Hydra. Yeah, you'll get to play him. It'll be
the
great.
Body weapon.
Am I like really close? Like what?
You are. There's one. You're. No, wait. No, we go Whirlwind first. But it's all right. It's
the order.
Whatever. It's all right.
But
that would look great sitting on that upholstery. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'm reading the chat. Right
That's
now.
actually great. Yeah, that's a good. Like a nice big vinyl cover just right on the couch. We'll make sure to put that picture out there for you.
It's like velvet, burgundy velvet.
It's vampiric.
It's vampiric velvet, burgundy. Yeah.
So I have a question. What is with the name My Dear D?
We have no answer.
Yeah. So all the tracks are literally named tracks in the game files.
Yeah.
So
the BGM.
Who knows where that name actually comes from? Because it's called the Hydra, or what was it? The body weapon.
The body weapon.
None of those have to do with the letter D.
My Dear D. I really have no. I think it was for Bronson Theory in the chat.
Yeah. Who we've always called D. So there you go.
Yeah.
Aww.
Justin Beam. Thank you. This is for you.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, I have no idea, dude. They just named it that for some reason.
Feel free to Google it. I mean, but anybody in the chat want to enlighten us, feel free. But we have no clue.
Love you, bro.
Aw. That's awesome. Yeah, well, shit, and then, like, I don't know. I kind of went to go say something and completely lost it. Do you guys want to say anything else about My Dear D or the video that you guys put on? Like,
it was just a fun, heavy track. Like I said, we always call it the last boss of video game tunes to learn.
It definitely was the most logical playthrough of right now. Down the road, we might do more. Who knows? But as far as like. Because it was kind of also to coincide with the album launch, like, hey, check this music out if you want more, you know what I mean? And I was going to mention that too. Two things. The very end of Ninja Soul that got kind of thwacky by the save state / mic transfer. All the more reason to listen to the album. You listen to it in its original form as it was meant to be played. And then also the end of the end of that video was also altered versus the original track. We have like the full-blown butt rock ending. So, enjoy that from the album.
Yes.
Go listen to the album after this, later. But,
yeah, we can listen to the album right now. We can do that.
Listen to this.
Okay, in all seriousness, yes, everyone, please go over to Bandcamp and support Shrednobi. This is their debut album. I mean, for fuck's sakes, guys, like, head on over. What are you selling it for right now? Is it just pay what you want?
Yeah, pay what you want, please. It's not double zeros. Yeah. We're taking donations. Whatever you want about it.
Yeah, it's literally what you want, and if you literally have nothing to your name and you just really want to have the album, that's
then
on
get
you.
It. Then get it. No. Then get it. As long as you're not paying negative infinity.
We don't have to pay you for you to listen to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Surprise, this album somehow became a money suck. Oh no!
I mean, the plug-in. I think the plug-in was like $50. So if you could pay me back for that, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Someone go buy their album for $50.
I bought a really expensive microphone for the guitar sound.
See, we all make investments. So right now,
wait a minute. Bass strings are expensive.
It's true.
You replaced them how many times?
No,
probably like 5, 6.
One pack is like $40.
Oh God, no kidding. You're absolutely right. Yeah, we are in the negative right now. So help us get to.
Guys, why did we make it 0 again?
No. Let's not settle for 0. Let's make this a positive experience for you guys. For you guys in human hair. Oh my God. Well, we're about we're halfway through this song. We'll be halfway through the album because we're at like the midway point here. Coming up we've got Izayoi. Am I saying that right? I did take Japanese, but like the Z is always, I don't know if it's is or it's.
Yeah, Izayoi. We just call it Izayoi. So,
yeah.
Izayoi.
Bunch of white boys over here, so
yeah. Well, I mean, a fourth one, right? But
yeah, close. Yeah, Izayoi.
Izayoi. Okay, and I'm gonna get back into playing Shinobi. I keep wanting to call it Shrednobi now. It's just that's the name of the game. I'm gonna play Shrednobi.
Shrednobi 3 : Shrednobi.
Shrednobi 1.
Yeah. And I swear I've fixed my hotkey, so hopefully we shouldn't have any more stupid mute business here. But yeah.
We have some stupid stuff over here, so it's all
All right, folks. We're gonna get into it. Hold on. Let me just make sure I've got everything else ready to go. Okay. I swear we're gonna make this work. So, everyone, please enjoy Izayoi.
The ballad.
So.
Oh.
Izayoi.
Yeah, Izayoi. Ah, yes, there we go. That is a really nice kind of dip in dynamic for the middle of an album. I get the sense that you guys are kind of like, into crafting a good album and making sure that there's like a bit of a flow around it.
Yeah, that was the plan, was to have a nice little dynamic dip. That's the ballad. So I guess we should have prefaced it, but Izayo is the ballad. I mean, it still kind of hits, grooves pretty hard for a ballad.
Yeah, close to a ballad as this game has.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a, you kick back a little bit, and we'll start building it back up at this point. So, yeah, it's a fun one.
I was going to say something, now I'm forgetting. Jersh, way to go. That boss is very, very difficult.
Yeah,
pulled it off.
So,
good job.
Thanks. Yeah. that was a little hard to get used to. Oh my god, there was like, I don't know if you could tell to watch it, but there was like one attack where it like reversed my controls and I have to dodge these bullets. Oh my god.
Yeah, literally, it swaps the controls basically. So yeah, it messes with you on just a gameplay level, like without even bullets.
Yeah. I guess the sound effects while you're playing kind of lets you know, because there's this, and when that happens, it's kind of like, okay, now.
Well, the
waving
crazy effect they have on the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing without the original music and sound effects. So.
I mean, it's really interesting.
Probably makes it a little more challenging.
Yeah, I dig it though. It's another dimension, right?
Well, I was going to say
the fourth dimension, or is it the fifth? Or wait, the fifth yet? Joe, can you play Volume 2 yet?
I'm lost. I'm in the 5.5.
Oh, too far. I was gonna say it kind of worked. Like, I don't remember where Izayo is in the game, but obviously not for that boss. But it kind of works for that boss because of the disoriented nature of the visuals and that track. It's very melodically strange.
Yeah, actually, I think now I want to blame your music for my lack of skill there.
We're missing.
We're gonna call it that.
There are audio cues in the game, and you were missing them. So I guess you could blame us.
Yes.
I'll be sure to go back and actually give this game a shot at some point.
You definitely should. For sure. It's a great game.
But I'm having a really good time. Oh my god.
Yeah, let's play the album backwards along with George playing the game, and then forward.
Yeah.
See
how it lines up.
No, backwards. No. Just kidding.
How would that even work?
You get to the end and you start.
Just reverse time, bro.
Yeah. Well, I'll get on that. That'll be my next top tech upgrade. Subscribe to Bonus Stage and fuel me turning time backwards.
You don't need this.
It's going to go straight into the research, I swear. Not into a tasty burger of any kind. Speaking of tasty, we've got 4 more tracks on your album to sink our teeth into. Coming up next is Whirlwind. What stage is this going to be from?
This would be probably the next stage you're about to play, actually.
Well, you're technically on the stage, right? But you're not at him yet.
Oh,
so you have to get to him, and then after that would be Whirlwind. So
okay, like the B stage of this stage.
Mm-hmm.
You can always play My Dirty again, and then whatever.
We can just keep going back and doubling up everything so that we'll base the order of everything on whether or not I can actually beat this game. And if I can't, then we just don't get to finish the album tonight.
Speed up time.
Oh, right. Yeah, research. Yeah, okay. That's on me. I get it.
We're really playing the time here.
So, I know. This is the jetboard level.
Jetboard level. Oh, shit. Okay. That was the opening GIF for the whole show today. So I definitely need to get to that stage at least.
By the way, fun fact, original concept of the album artwork that we were kind of trying to do on our own was the jetboard and the jumping and the, because it just looks badass, right? So I really appreciate that did that because in my mind it's like kind of a continuation, of everything that we wanted. Because of course the album artwork that ended up happening was literally phenomenal. So I'm not trying to discredit that, but it's like now it's all tied together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, keep it.
Are you trying to find
the
thing I messed with?
I'm not gonna be able to find it. Yeah, he did a 3D rendered model of just the shell of a ninja on a jet board in the air, like throwing a shuriken and doing a jump kick with it at the same time. There was so much action happening. It was like the sword in one, the shuriken being thrown, and the jump board or the jet board in mid jump, and so. And then we told JD what was up, and then he's like, "Yeah, I got you." And then in that day, he did that album cover, and
which is probably more fitting since My Dear D was the Genesis. Really.
We tried
multitasking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
we're on the same page.
Yeah, actually, that's fitting for that reason. And now he's dodging a laser from the mouth while throwing a kunai. So, and I think he's holding a what are the small swords? Anyway, he's holding one of those too. Yeah, it's perfect. So yeah,
he did it with it. Yeah. We'll stick to the music.
Yes.
Nice. All right. Yeah. Well, I'll do my best to stick to the game and get to that stage because I want to play that. That looks like a lot of fun. Yeah, but everybody, just give me a sec while I actually professionally queue up Whirlwind. Here we go.
All right.
Huh. Jeez, yeah. Bronson Theory says nasty in the chat, and I wholeheartedly agree. Though there were some nasty freaking solos on that track, you guys.
Yes. Yeah.
Squeezing in there.
That tune, I feel like that tune is like the ultimate crowd pleaser. You know, it's like it's kind of simple. It's very pop pop rock or whatever, but it's so solid. Like
we could play that at Warped Tour.
Why not?
maybe a tour in like '89 or early '90s. I don't know.
You're no
94.
I think we played Warped Tour 94.
Okay. The late '80s, early '90s. That was the era when like guitar melodies were like a thing. You know, like not just like riffs, but like melodies, melodic
Keeping
material.
it simple. It's like the beginnings of pop rock. Like 90s rock pop stuff. Still had guitar solos.
Slash metal.
Yeah.
It was that touch of metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we were talking when that was playing. And
Cruise ship metal.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know.
They have a metal cruise, 70,000 tons. You guys could do that there, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can go. 7,000? 70K.
120 something.
70K.
Heavy.
70,000.
Heavy metal cruise.
70000. You have to pronounce each zero separately. Yeah. I would totally do that. Absolutely. A touch of metal. Future album title. Ooh, I like that. Or maybe you can just call it that knob flavor. A little dash of knob.
Knob sauce?
Oh.
No, it's like
knob sauce. No.
powdered flavoring, you know?
Yeah.
Mrs. Dash. Mrs. Knobs.
Knobson.
My dear knob. Oh, Scrobot. Yeah. You
Okay. Knob is capital N-O-B. It's short for Shrednobi. Shred, knob. Wait.
Yeah.
Am I doing this the right way to the camera? Shred, knob, E.
Yeah, but knob
it's
means
right
a lot
to you,
of
but
things.
everybody gets what you're saying.
Be careful with that one.
Shred Kenobi, yes.
Functional too.
Yeah. We're explaining the facts of knob with no K.
Shred Kenobi?
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Kenobi? I don't know.
Oh, God.
What is that?
Obi-Wan?
Obi Shred Kenobi.
Obi Shred
There we go.
That's a mouthful.
Oh my God.
Wow, it's right.
Well, it's kind of fitting though, because you guys are up there in some pretty desertous mountains there in California, right? Like it's a little Tatooine-ish up there, plus mountain.
Yeah, actually it is. Yeah. I work in Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Which is like mini tattooing.
Well, hey, it's out by me. It's kind of like a moisture farm.
Yes.
You get the right sunset. You look out there, and
Yeah.
Licking the grass for dew and moisture
What
farming.
grass? We're talking about Tatooine, dude. There's no grass.
There's no grass. For
No
sure.
grass
there's
up
no
there?
grass.
No, nothing. Oh.
No.
There are two suns.
Maybe up here. Yeah, up by these guys, there's grass.
No, there's not.
Are we arguing about grass?
Oh, well. There's always grass. Yes, well.
Oh, there's always some kind of grass.
The grass is always greener where there's grass.
They're on the mountain.
We're living in the mountain.
There's
the
definitely been some grass at this party for sure. But yeah, we're getting a little off. Oh, actually, maybe we can use this as a natural segue because one of the composers you mentioned earlier is called Dr. Purple.
Yes, sir.
I'll let you fill in the gaps as to how that's a segue from grass, but yeah, do you guys want to? Do you have something special that you want to say about the composer, Dr. Purple? Not to give anything away that but I know there was some tickling earlier.
There's definitely some tickling. Oh man.
Oh boy.
Let me process through all that real quick. Purple Urkel. Yes. Did I do that? Like I've fallen and I can't get up. I love Steve Urkel. I love that show. Family Matters. As it relates to other things,
He's in the 6th dimension.
Yeah.
So anyway,
come back to us.
Dr.
We're still back in the 4th here. Yeah.
let's come back to the 4th. Dr. Purple. Yeah. Hirofumi Murasaki. We found, linked up on Twitter, and he's a really good guy, and we love you, Dr. Purple. But he's down with what we were doing. He wanted to possibly collaborate with us, maybe write some stuff that we could perform. So yeah, that's in the future.
Yeah. We'll definitely see what pans out with that. No
Definitely.
original music that he's doing, that he's been doing. Like he had an album, Purple the Best. And
It's
by the
really
way,
good. It's really good.
that's an absolute
It's
accurate
really
album
good.
title because Purple is the best.
Yeah.
So, but
Purple
yeah,
the best.
definitely check that out and support him because he's a really good dude and he deserves it. And he had featured guest vocalists and stuff like that on the album. So there's a lot of good stuff on there in general. Anyway, the point is,
It's cool, progressive, like it kind of reminds me of Yes.
well, it kind of reminds me of Shinobi III,
Little bit of
because
Shinobi 3.
that's really,
With the Japanese style,
Yeah.
it's that whole thing. Which,
but he's a fantastic bassist too. So he plays live, and there's if you just YouTube, I think if you just YouTube Dr. Purple, but certainly if you find him on Twitter, he links to the stuff that he's done.
Purple the best.
Purple the best. So we'll see what pans out as far as collaboration. But either way, just being in touch with one of the original composers for this stuff is really kind of a dream come true for us, because when I was a kid listening to this kind of music, and this goes for all the classics that we all listen to, as far as video game music, I didn't even really connect the dots that there was actual human beings that created this music. It almost seemed like just part of the game, like the game generated the music or something, which as far as actually replaying the program, that's not exactly true. But the point is that the actual of the melodies, of the harmonies, it took me until I was a preteen or something to for it to click. Oh, this is made by someone, and then I linked that to myself. I'm like, I could make music for video games too at some point in my life, and that's actually something that I do, and I love it. And so I have these people to thank for inspiring me to make music and inspiring me to eventually apply my music to video games as well. And it's it's not exactly the same as somebody like Picasso or whatever, but obviously the influence they had on people who continued to do that kind of art, it's a similar sort of path. It's like we carry on the legacy. And this whole video game thing is kind of young, in the scheme of things, but I really love where it's gone in the, let's say 50 years that it's been happening. And I think everybody that's listening along with this, and obviously our lovely hosts and my band members would all agree that that video games and video game music are a really big part of our lives.
Well, cheers to that, man.
Cheers to that, indeed. And so say all of us. All right. Well, with that, we are 2/3 of the way through the album. 2/3 happens to be the amount of people in the band who prefer E to 10, but we are well past that track now. We're coming up on the 1/3's favorite track, but before that, we have a track called Solitary. Is there anything that you guys want to preface this track by saying?
This is another one of the first three.
Yeah, this is the other favorite song. I think deep down, this is our favorite song. Collectively, this is probably our favorite one.
Do you see what I'm saying here?
Just because it really kicked us off as a band.
Yeah. This is what we call the single. If there was a single,
this would probably be the single.
Yeah.
It was the easiest to play, but hit us right in the feels immediately when we started learning the songs. And so, this is a special one for us.
Fun fact, and something to listen out for, there's a lot of comping on the keys in this track, aka chords, as opposed to melody. and the chords themselves harmonize with the bass such that they create completely different chords. So it's what's called recontextualization, and it's a very
Shadow Master
strong jazz that these guys are real jazz heads for sure. Like you could tell, even though it's like heavy and it's got that rock feel, there's so much of that sort of jazz influence deep down. So it's a strong fusion. But anyway, it's just fun. It's fun to kind of notice those things and listen out for them. So our players who have any sort of music theory background, see if you can pick out sort of how these harmonies work together, because it's really, really interesting. And I'll leave it at that.
Awesome. Well, heck, I'm ready to get into it. Everybody, give me a moment to professionally set up Solitary. Whew! Wow. Yeah, I think I get the whole like single thing, like definitely.
Bro, that was so perfect. You're like struggling to no end, and right at the end you pull off the power up as we're doing the dueling harmonies for that last section. That was come on. That was synchronicity.
Triumphant.
Yes.
I didn't practice this. I don't know. I'll just I don't want to take any credit, but that was a beautiful moment. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was. It really was, because I was like, no, he can't be failing during the best part of the track, you know? And then you're like, oh, I got this.
Oh, yeah.
My man.
Like what I think would be the ultimate way to enjoy this game would be if your soundtrack, like if we could just do a ROM hack somehow, and just like you were pointing at me like you had this idea before.
No. I just completely agree with you. However, it wouldn't be possible to do a ROM hack because we're talking about audio. Like they wouldn't be able to fit it on the cartridge, right? But if we just hacked into the sample channel, like the 6th FM channel. Sorry, I'm getting into a nerd moment here, but
let's do it. Hey, we're all nerds here.
It probably sounds like absolute crap, but it is vaguely possible. But instead, perhaps we would just have to literally do a remake of the entire game in an engine that can handle real, Red Book audio. Then we'll.
Or
We got this. We got the retro.
or we play live while people play the game.
There you go. Yeah, I'd sign up for that. Maybe I'll practice before your next show.
I was gonna say, you'd have to have somebody that can nail the stuff absolutely, so that there's not, that hesitation. Although you were actually blowing through some levels faster than the tracks themselves, because we are playing, a good amount of repetitions or whatever. So it all depends. You might have to lag a little bit on some of those levels where the track is longer than the level is naturally played.
Or like what's his name in Bit Brigade does. He when they do like Mega Man and stuff like that, like he'll just have Mega Man like dance a little bit,
Yeah. Time, yeah. There you go.
Let's see what kind of moves Shinobi has here.
I've seen them live, and that is just inspirational right there.
Yeah.
Bit Brigade is
Big shout out.
big shout out to Bit
Big show.
Brigade.
There we
Absolutely.
go. And Noah, yes, thank you, chat.
Yes.
Also, by the way, earlier shout out while you were playing and the track was playing to 5150 again. We absolutely love Alton Holdsworth.
Yes.
Rest in peace yet again. My God,
Yes.
why do we keep losing all these freaking phenomenal, amazing musicians? But yeah, definitely a huge inspiration for us. Not necessarily for this project, but hey, it probably just finds its way through.
It's coming through you guys as inspiration.
Yeah.
I mean,
There you go.
And I mean, probably the original composers as well, because he's been around since, what, 70s?
Yeah.
Maybe 60s.
The pioneers of the genre of prog fusion stuff. Yeah, Holdsworth is the king. So yeah, you nailed it. Hopefully, there's a little bit of that, like legato style. I try to get some of that like fat mid-rangey sound.
Yeah.
That's really important. So
Holdsworth equals last boss.
Holdsworth is the last boss we can talk.
Can we
Thank
see
you, Dustin.
the album cover again? That down. Somebody just like Photoshop his face just on the front there. Yeah.
Yeah.
His syntax is actually the beam coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
All right, my next stupid. I have this tendency to do terrible Photoshop, so that's my next terrible Photoshop.
I'm a huge fan and propagator even of bad Photoshops.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
man.
digress.
Well, we're coming down near to the end of this album here. We've only got 2 more tracks. So the last track we heard had 3 out of 3 for favorite track, but now we're back to the 1 out of 3 for favorite track. And this one. Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna twist my arm, I don't know, man. I mean, this song is kind of like Deep Purple, Maiden vibes. So as a bass player,
Speaking of,
how could I not love it?
So this song is the first song that really felt like it was our tune, like we were made to play it. So for that reason, as a live piece, it's probably the best live song for us.
Yeah.
And we identify with this
that's
track.
what I was referring to.
Oh, sorry, you dropped out there. Like, sorry, you were just about to say something, and then everything just cut off.
Me?
Yeah,
Go
you.
for
Yeah,
it.
sorry.
No, all I was saying was, as I was saying, the reason that it was my favorite was from a performance perspective as well.
Yeah.
So likewise, like you're saying, as a live track, it might be the group favorite. Sure.
It just sounds. It feels like Shadow Master was made for us to play.
I was going to say, my brother had a hunch that this was Dr. Purple's composition, and he actually asked him and confirmed this is a Dr. Purple transaction composition. What is even anyway,
the song going through.
What I was going to say was he also caught the Deep Purple influence, and he asked him about that, and sure enough, he said Deep Purple was a huge inspiration to him growing up and for this particular track. And again, Dr. Purple, by the way, I believe what he explained was Murasaki, his last name is actually...
It means purple
in Japanese. So there's like all these layers of connections. Anyway, so yeah, without further ado, Shadow Master.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it, folks. Enjoy.
Oh!
What? Keep going? Keep fighting them? No, sorry. That's we'll pick that up on the next track here. If I can beat this boss for the last song of the album, that feels pretty appropriate.
Yeah, indeed.
If we can beat this boss for the last song of the album, that feels pretty.
Oh, sorry, I just cut that all back.
If we can beat this boss
Hold on. Sorry, guys. Can you mute what you're watching there? Getting a lot of feedback. Hold on a sec, guys. Sorry about that.
And I unmuted it? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Dude, that was classic.
That was amazing. Awesome. Hey, we're doing it live. We're gonna fix it in the mix after the set. I'm gonna go and just
There is no
re-edit
time.
everything. I'll just replace all the sound. I'll talk, where you guys dropped out and stuff like that, and we'll make it all just
we're
golden for
gonna do this
YouTube.
tomorrow. Yeah.
You're just gonna replace us.
No,
Yeah.
I'll just poorly Photoshop my face into all three of
He's literally just like looking at. Why is this happening?
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm having a great time. I know you guys are too. Yeah. What can we say about Shadow Master that has not already been said?
It's really fun.
They kicked some bootay.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, somebody mentioned Castlevania. You absolutely. There's basically it's like that Baroque style. Whatever. I don't even know what to call it. It's not really melody because it's too busy. It's like mechanical music in a way. But anyway, that style of writing. We just had a party foul over here.
Oh no! Shame. Shame.
Yeah. So what I wanted to do was elaborate on that style in my own way. And I think what I ended up with, what is it that you said? Because it's very Deep Purple and very kind of like classic rock, heavy metal, whatever, in the original.
Yeah.
But then when I tried my hand at it, what did it end up being? You said originally, like when you first heard my version, you were like, is it even more Baroque? Even more Castlevania?
Well, no. What I had said was, in general, it seems like what we're doing is we're trying to make Genesis music sound more Nintendo. So,
okay.
Like Shinobi into Mega Man X. But with real guitar harmonized and whatnot. And so, but it's all connected because that is very like Iron Maiden influence, which is right alongside with Deep Purple, obviously a huge Iron Maiden influence. So yeah, I mean, we're all connected. That's what you're saying, essentially, right?
Yeah. Well, I was just asking, like, because you had commented on my elaboration and how it was even more in one direction or the other. I don't remember exactly. Because the undeniable reality is that Mega Man, and especially Mega Man the X series from SNES, was like huge for us growing up.
Gigantic.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah.
For the production, for the sound that we try to go towards, which is like guitar harmonized, guitar, quote unquote. But doing that for real and stuff. So taking the Genesis music and making it more into that. Yeah. Yeah.
Ingve is a good shout out. That classical meets metal sort of sound and energy that obviously was already. I went further in that direction, perhaps. So yeah, makes sense to me.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah. Lots of that virtuosic busyness, right?
Yeah.
Well, in Shred, and out of all the songs, not just like the band, but for me, it felt the most natural because when I did like learning to play bass, it was like Maiden was a big influence. So like that song, it was kind of like putting on a glove or something.
Yeah.
So it's just a fun song.
I agree. Iggy
Drink your Malmatine? Oh god, guzzle it down. Yeah, you gotta have your Mamaltine. All right.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what it's like, I'll drink some more.
Yeah. I was gonna say, as far as like the history of talking about how long we've been playing music and stuff, we've all been in various projects in the past, separate from each other and together and things like that. And one project Josh and I were in the past was very Mega Man E. And so Yeah, so you're right. When we came to this tune, it definitely fit like a glove. So that was another reason that, again, I think it comes out in the performance as well.
There's like the 6 degrees of video game music.
6 dimensions, maybe even?
Here we go. What? Are we in the 6th dimension now?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No.
6 degrees as in like the connection from one person to the other, one musician or one inspiration. Yeah, absolutely 100%, yes. I was going to say, though, segueing into live performance was the show coming up. Is now a good time to talk about that, or should we wait a little bit?
Yeah, let's talk about it. I'm excited. This is
You're going to be there, right?
I'm going to be there. Yeah, I'm going to be there. We just made the decision because we were kind of watching the land border, but that's not an option. So my partner and I are going to fly in for the weekend, hang out. Yeah, really looking forward to seeing you guys all in person and seeing what kind of sloppiness happens over at the Shrednobi. Shrednobi, yes. I've been trying to think of how to say it. Like Shrednobi mobile. It just seems like a lot. So
Shrednobi.
Shrednobi, yes. Because mobile is too obvious. It's like no.
Somebody put that in chat. Shrednobi, just
I'm gonna spell it out. Shrednobi, because it's just your name with LE on the end.
Exactly, but it works. I mean, it's an RV, right? It's 2 letters.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. Thank you. I've been trying to figure out what to name the thing.
Great.
So well, we're just spray paint it. You got.
That's value. It's only 2 more. That's value.
No, for real. It was too much. Then it would be Shrednobi, like LE, like what was it? That was LE. It was like
like Windows or something, or like
it was like an LE something. Anyway, fill in the blanks here. But yeah, no, we got a show coming up. Yeah.
Yes. You guys are going to be playing at Brew Game Plus. That is in Vista, California, at the Aztec Brewery. For all of you Cali folk, and also I'll be there. I've been invited to host. And I'm just excited to hang out with all of my VGM friends down there.
Who else is performing?
Who else is playing? Let me hold on. I know who else is playing. Let me look up the poster.
Oh, Extra Lives too.
Yeah, Extra Lives are playing.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'll just pull up the actual lineup here. So there's going to be you guys, Extra Lives, Kirby's Dream Band. I mean, who doesn't love those guys? Months of Death, who also used to be in Kirby's Dream Band, but he's got a solo project. We're actually having a listening party for his album next weekend. Final Boss Brass Band. I don't think I've seen those guys.
I haven't either. Good. That sounds fun.
Yeah, that sounds rad. The Surful Jerks. We've had them on bonus stage before, but Frankie's good people.
The Koopa Brothers.
Yeah, absolutely. Proto Magnon, I don't know what that is. I hear that's going to be something new. And the Tonberries, which is also kind of a new thing with Ian and Cece, also from Kirby's Dream Band and some other local folks. Lots of solid stuff that I know I'm going to love, and a few new things that I'm excited about. So that's going to be sick. That's on October 16th, starting at 1 p.m. That's going to be a long day of VGM.
Heck yeah.
What a great time that's going to be.
Pace yourselves.
Yeah, it's going to be beer a great time. What a great time that's going to be. You're
going to be there. You're going to be part of that great time. Part of that great time is going to be watching you guys.
Beer there, or beer not beer.
To beer or not to beer?
Look, these guys are trying to tell you we're looking forward to playing.
Definitely.
We're trying to tell you.
The excitement is palpable. Yes, definitely. Biohaz _41 will be there too. Awesome. Hell yeah. Shred no beer. Oh, that's a good one, Alan. Definitely.
Yes.
Shred yes beer.
Shred yes. Yeah, Shred yes beer was that Papa Hoodwinker?
Yeah.
Oh man, he's not here tonight. Yeah. Hurrah! Well, shout out to him anyway.
Yeah.
Probably sleeping.
Papa. Oh man, he's been Papa, dude.
Well, it's always the hardest thing. But are you ready to play the last track on your album?
Well, yeah, we're just gonna do it all again right now. So,
right. Yes.
you know.
Yes. We're just gonna cycle through, and I'm gonna keep playing the game, and this stream will never end because I'll never beat Shinobi.
Yeah, I mean it's only fair. Like you have to finish the game anyway, so you know.
This track signifies you win. The battle has ended.
Yes.
So if you choose to keep playing, it's going to be a little bit of a inner
Yeah, you're gonna be trying to beat the last boss of our own inspirations
while you're listening to the ending music.
Yeah, why not?
You know, it's a positive hurrah to you're going to beat this guy. So I think it's fine.
Yeah, or
do it up, brother.
Hell yeah, and it's kind of fitting that this is like also the album art is this enemy.
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for wishing me luck there, chat. This last track is called Sakura, and at least with my gaijin understanding of Japanese, that means cherry blossom. Is there cherry blossoms in the level where this song comes from?
Yes, in the distant background, one of the parallax layers, like way back in there somewhere, you got some cherry blossoms. So, yes.
That's awesome. All right. Well, sorry. Go ahead. What?
You can't see them.
Oh, okay, but they're there. They're there for effect.
There.
Yeah.
They were coded in.
They're coded. Trust me.
You have to. You have to, visually mute. What's the word for that? Anybody? God, brain is not working. Anyway, do that for each layer until the last layer, and then you have the cherry block.
Yes.
Oh man, I love when emulators used to do that, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, unfortunately, there are no cherry blossoms for this boss that I'm currently at. It looks like it's just gonna be. It looks like things are stanky in here, like this is.
They're there if you believe hard enough.
This looks pretty dank.
We got a lot of believers. That's all I'll say. They're in the chat.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Oh, you got this, man.
All right, I got this, and I know that you guys have the music, so we're gonna enjoy that. Folks, thank you very much for being here. Don't forget to pick up the album. We're gonna listen to the last track on it. Here is Sakura. Okay, I got this. Maybe.
Oh no!
He's like so pink right now.
He's so pink, dude. He's almost red.
Oh, I have this.
Jump out of the shit. Oh, use your shit.
I think he did. It's just like super delayed.
Oh! There you go.
Come on. fucking 1 life, and the fucking
Oh
shit's
no!
gonna run out.
Oh!
You got this.
No,
No,
I
it's too
don't. I'm sorry. You guys have a delay. I fucked it up. All right, I'm gonna.
I've gotten to know now that you're.
We're gonna turn on the original sound here, and I'll do my best here. I want to come this far.
Come on, man. This ain't load save. Come on.
No, get that
You
shit.
got this. It is weird how like it's where the collision fucking box just changes. It's
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah. It's also on purpose though. It's part of the fucking challenge, bro.
It's such a hard game.
It's like DS2.
so
Like,
freaking hard.
yeah, you gotta find.
Nice.
You gotta find your
That
way.
was excellent.
That was excellent.
I mean, we're delayed, but anyway, you did excellently like 10 seconds ago.
Oh, thank you.
And actually,
You're doing excellent now.
yeah.
10 seconds. Just oh
Oh,
shit.
shit. Yeah, I've got to work on my ninja timing for sure.
I like how we got no's and F's in the chat.
Oh, died. Yeah.
Wait, did you put on the sound? I can't hear anything.
Oh yeah, I
Did
did. I mean, you
Oh,
won't hear
I-
it through Discord, but
We don't want to believe.
I didn't realize. Oh, wait, you have us on right now?
yeah, we're all live. They can hear us.
Oh,
Hey guys. I thought you were just having a good time.
We're
cheering you on.
Bro, you gotta dodge the hand.
Gotta dodge that hand, man.
I
And
know.
drop for this. Oh,
Oh no, I suck at dodging the hand. I'm a little impatient with my dodge on that.
Yeah, you get a little
Yeah.
overzealous there, buddy.
I know. I gotta. Oh what? That was bullshit.
In your life. Yeah,
There
it
you go.
is
Oh
bullshit.
shit. Okay, one more shot. I think I'm getting the hang of it.
oh, he crushed you.
Oh, I gotta get my cursor out of the way. The cursor, as you were saying earlier.
Bro, that was the problem.
There you go.
Now you're gonna nail it.
You got this, man.
Oh fuck, I can't duck under that. I think I just need to take a hit because I don't know how to time that fucking the hand thing.
Maybe.
Or the beam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the beam. I think you have to do a double for sure. And you might be right that you just kind of have to eat it. But don't eat the hand.
Don't eat the hand, no.
Don't bite
Don't eat the
that-
hand that feeds.
Exactly.
Alan's got a point. It's a gaming stream now. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. That's how good this game is.
That's right. All we've really done is turn people onto this game.
Yeah. Go play Shinobi 3.
Yeah, you're gonna have to double jump.
It's a pretty awesome game. Licensed by Sega.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You saved, Sid? If you did, good call.
Oh shit, no I didn't.
One.
There we go.
One.
Fuck.
Nice.
Don't eat hand.
I ate the hand.
Jump. Oh.
Yeah, I'm totally
Jump,
with
jump.
you there.
Jump, jump.
I'm gonna
Nice
butcher your
moment.
name.
Fuck.
Jump, jump.
Lyric Sagarate. Lyric Sagarate?
That's it. You got you. Bro.
Anyway, point is, yeah, it's very... And I don't think I've beaten, to be honest, even though I love the game, played it a lot, very hard.
It's the stupid rock level, dude. Like where the rocks are all going up the platform.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, I ducked under that. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. You
We
got.
saw it. You got robbed. Oh, you made it! Oh, because he's high enough.
Yeah, you can't duck under this.
We're like way late in our
Yeah.
commentary here.
Just
but-
ignore it.
This is
Alright,
the.
it's time to power this shit up. Let's fucking finish this dude.
Do it.
Liar exaggerate. Okay, cool. Thanks.
There you go.
Yeah! There's not like a final form or something. Oh, yes!
Oh no, just keep nailing him.
Oh,
Yeah!
there we go. Round clear.
Oh.
Thank you.
Bro, Q whirlwind for this level. Whirlwind.
Yo, Q whirlwind.
Yeah? Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah. No, I think that's a good call. If everyone's down for it, I'm going to do it. But that means I have to... Oh, hold on. God, okay. Mute the video game. All right, do it. Yes, we're getting lots of requests. Okay. But I'm gonna mute us so that we can enjoy. Or I don't know. Should we just still talk over it? Since you've all heard the track and you can buy the album yourselves.
We'll shut up. Is this Battletoads? Scroll by. Yeah, check this level out. It's right there with that.
All
yeah.
right. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do this. Oh yes, this is the real experience right here.
Yeah.
I chose the exact wrong time to jump.
Yeah.
This is so badass. What? How many hits did you take? Dead. Die.
Oh, bad, dude.
How many hits?
There we go. Oh, I just have to hit the actual bodies, not the machines.
There we go.
Oh, fuck. I'm fucking it up so bad.
Bro, mute our mic so we can enjoy the music.
What? No, they said not to.
Bro, mute our mic so we can enjoy the music.
Alright, I'll talk over it then. You guys can just enjoy it. Here, let's try that again. Oh no, I'm at a continue. Alright. Destruction. Alright, let's go. Gotta avoid being hit. That's the way to win the game. Oh, hell yes. Oh, now we got some boss shit going on? Alright.
Oh, now we got some boss shit
There we
going
go.
on.
Oh, yeah, sorry, we're... Alright, that's amazing. I think we're gonna start winding things down here, though. Yeah. Yeah, now that we're all pumped up, oh my god.
That was so great. Honestly, I haven't actually heard that track sync to that level at all, and that was incredible. That was so blood pumping. It was perfect. I love it.
My blood is pumped.
Yeah. I think the next video we do shouldn't even be us playing. It should just be the game. Like, you know.
It should be you playing.
Oh man. Yeah, put some key editing in there, definitely. Gameplay stuff, like, I mean, you guys could just like find like somebody on YouTube who's played through it and just rip their stuff. Like, you know, that's a good idea and totally something that you can do that nobody will ever get upset about and nobody has ever done before. It's a great idea. Sorry, I'm just I'm making a joke about my own group, but that's all fun and games. Literally fun and games. Anyways, yeah, guys, everybody, thank you so much for being here. That is Ninja Master Volume 1. Thank you so much for being here and for joining us for the launch of this awesome album. So it is out now on Bandcamp. I'm going to drop the link in chat just one more time so you have it fresh. Please go and buy it. Please go and support Shrednobi so they can
Yes,
have a
please.
positive experience, as we discussed earlier, and get out of the negative, or maybe just even a zero sum time would be.
Yeah, we're trying to get into the black.
Help Shrednobi to continue to shred.
There
Yes.
you go. Yeah, you heard it here first. Yeah, I totally look forward to anything else that you guys put out. Those T-shirts, a vinyl pressing, and having it in your RV. That's going to be beautiful. And then, do you have like a timeline for when this is going to be on streaming platforms as well?
We're gonna give it another at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So hopefully around the time that we played the show, it'll be up on streaming as well.
Nice.
Which, by the show, we also plan to have CDs. At least
Physical merch.
Go merch. We're gonna have a small batch of CDs, so we'll see how well they sell, and if they do pretty well, we'll make more. Just keep this going, man. Just help us keep this machine going.
Exactly.
Just for the love of VGM, for the love of music, for the love of video games. Yeah, we'll keep it going as long as you help us keep it going. So.
Yeah.
If that wasn't a cry for help, I have never heard one. No. Just in all seriousness, though, yeah, definitely. I think you guys deserve all of the support and all of the love that you have gotten so far, and I know you're going to get a lot more in the future. Just with the way that you do things, like this is a really strong start. Not a lot of bands get that strong start with an album like this, and you guys have really outdone yourselves. I'm really looking forward to what you guys have in the future.
What we really did was he set the bar way too freaking high. So,
The bar is pretty high.
Yeah. Dimension Joe over here is going to really pull it out.
There are some amazing bands out there.
Yeah.
I got to give a shout out to Super Madness because that was my first BGM band. That's the band that really got me into the whole scene, and it gave me the love of the whole thing. And I'm just forever grateful for that band and for that project. So love those guys. I love everybody involved in that. And we want to keep it going. Scene alive. We're doing our best to do that. So we hope to see everybody there at the shows, at the conventions and stuff. Keep the circuits going. Brew Game Plus. Everybody that's going. Yes, what a party that's going to be.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. So, yeah. Knobs, you got anything? Joe Knobs?
Well, it'll be, thanks, Josh. And
Joshy boy.
We're excited to see you in Brew Game, man. It's just, It's been fun. It's been cool doing all these
big
streams.
hugs, bro.
Yeah, it's been cool doing all these streams with you. So, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's been a real pleasure. Yeah, like you guys are just super fun to hang out with, and yeah, I can't wait for that big hug, man. It's just gonna be an awesome weekend. I'm so looking forward to hang out with you guys.
Hell yes.
But this has also been awesome. Thank you for making this happen and our release extra special.
Yeah.
We've all, like I said, been in a lot of projects over the years, and honestly, them have sort of gone unlistened to or unnoticed or whatever, mainly because a lot of it was really the internet at large as we know it today, and that stuff at some point so that fresh ears can get onto it. But the point is that something like this being something that's so close to our hearts, being able to share it with people and have everybody actually tune in and listen in and obviously pick up the album itself, it's really just, it's reaffirming, it's pumping, it's inspiring, it's rewarding beyond the fact that just playing this crazy damn music is rewarding in and of itself. It's like you guys are the fucking ultimate cherry on the top of this beautiful cake. So thank you.
It's a good way to put it. Yeah, nostalgia rules. I mean, you got to keep your inner child alive, and so that's really at the core. We do. It's about doing that. It's about eating pizza while watching Ninja Turtles, the original movie, the original TMNT movie, maybe the second one, Secret of the Ooze.
Oh man.
After that, nothing exists.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we don't talk about the third. No.
You know, that's what it's all about, man. It's the nostalgia. So you guys are keeping it alive, and we really appreciate that. That's everything to us.
I just have to share this because I recently looked up one of my favorite lines from Secret of the Ooze, and it's when they've like mutated Toka and Razor, and like Shredder comes out and he's like pissed. He's like, "Babies, they're babies."
Oh man,
That voice actor slash processing that
I need to get a soundbite of that. I want to implement that in the stream somehow.
Yes, yeah. You need like the soundboard.
The soundboard, yeah. I just have like a baby. I actually have like I've got a little MIDI keyboard, like one of those shitty little Akai things, right? Just like hit a drum pad on there. Babies.
That belongs on though, yeah. B for babies?
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah. We'll do B. Well, B flat. You know, he's not too happy about it.
Oh yeah, you bring it down with it.
It's a minor mood, you know. Ninja Turtles is kind of in the spirit of Shinobi a little bit. You know, the whole like ninja thing, right? Like, just trying to tie it all together here somehow. Yeah.
You know how right you are, my friend.
You're ninja, so yeah.
Yeah. Go ninja, go. Yeah.
Go ninja, go ninja.
We're deep in nostalgia right now. But I do need to sign us off here. It's getting a bit late. Thank you everybody for being up late with us, especially anybody who may be on the East Coast. Actually, I doubt there's any of you, but just in case, thank you. And this is going to be uploaded to YouTube later on. If you want to view it again or share it with people who've missed it. Really looking forward to meeting you guys in person at Brew Game Plus. Everybody else, please come down if you're able to do so safely, and let's keep the good times rolling. Thank you so much, all of you guys, for your awesome album and for being on the show here tonight. It was a lot of fun, and can't wait to do it again.
So much gratitude. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
We bow now.
Remember,
Bow, goddammit!
remember, you win.
You win. The battle has ended.
I'll remember that. Okay, got it. It's in there. I win. But yes, I'm just going to turn on a little bit of BGM to close out the stream. And thanks again, everybody. Have a good night. Good night, Shrednobi.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everyone. Cheers and good night. All right, see you later.